So, Jack, could you start just by giving our listeners a brief overview of what oneirogens are?
Right. So oneirogens are any sort of plant or external thing that you ingest in some way that has an effect specifically on the dream world. And a lot of people sort of see that as just one sort of binary, do you dream more or do you dream less? But I think what a lot of people don't realize is that just like other substances, like psychoactives, there are so many different factors in your dreams that can be affected and modulated. And I think that that's so cool, you know?
Yeah, definitely. With the different ingredients and things like that. I know, like with mugwort, I get a different dream style come to me compared to when I use, say, Blue Lotus, for example. So, yeah, it's really interesting. We'll go into a few of those different ones in a minute. They seem to be kind of like a great segue to start for anyone who's interested in psychedelics like mushrooms or LSD or something like that, but maybe don't have the resources or connections, or they might be a bit scared to take something stronger. What do you reckon?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that anything that's closer to something that you are already familiar with, which, even young children are familiar with dreaming, I think is a really good segue to, you know, f experiencing other parts of your mind that we may not have access to in waking life.
Hmm.
So I think that there's a sense of safety there associated with it, as long as you know that you're safe within your own mind. But another thing is due to the nature of dreams and how you're totally untethered from this world and totally just plunged into the infinite well of creativity that I think we all draw from and are connected to in some way. You can even have much more intense experiences than you could on the classical psychedelics, at least. And I think that's really cool because it's in a safe way, you're not gonna, you know, live this stereotype of taking your clothes off and running down the street. You're safe
Yeah.
in bed.
Yeah.
And you can really just go to so many different places and you can learn so many skills within your dreams. So
That's
I
such a
really
good
do think
point.
it's a good entry point.
Yeah, definitely. That's such a good point. Yeah. Do you reckon that these oneirogens should be avoided by people who have nightmares?
I think that question it's sort of a personal question having to do with where people are in terms of their relationship to themselves and what type of nightmares, and if it's like, for instance, after immediate trauma or something like that. I do think that generally when confronting intense emotional mountains that you're wanting to climb over, I think that like meditation and natural dreaming and stuff like that is very helpful.
Mm.
But if somebody is at a point where they are having recurrent nightmares and they're trying different things, I think anything that can help it become more vivid, which can then help you become more lucid, can help you get more insight, especially if you really internalize the knowledge that you are safe within your mind and that it is a safe place to explore, even if it is scary. Because then you can sort of flip the script and ask the monster what they want. And I think that that could be really helpful for overcoming nightmares.
Yeah, that is such a good point. Definitely. I know I've used lucidity to get over nightmares and be able to turn and confront the person trying to fight me and be like, what do you want? And that sort of a thing. And that's definitely broken me out of them because, yeah, then I could understand what it was all about and take action in my waking life to change things. And yeah, I suppose anyone who's having nightmares could also just book a call with me and I'll see if I can help you decipher what's going on for you. Then you can have more enjoyable nights.
Absolutely.
I know a lot of people who do have nightmares use like chemical sleeping tablets to try to like suppress their dreams. And some people just struggle sleeping. But there's obviously an issue with health effects and like impacts on your dreams and things like that. Do you have ones that just help with sleep but not dreams? Or not?
So I would say the closest thing to that, which you would still feel fresh in the morning after, would be blue lotus flower because
Mm-hmm.
the dreams tend to be more gentle than some of the other experiences that the dream herbs induce, and people
Hmm.
do take it for sleep because it makes you, sleepy, and it can help you stay asleep for the whole night,
Hmm. Cool. My
especially the
question,
tea.
yeah.